January 27th, 2017. A city that never sleeps, Hong Kong. Neon lights flicker, the hum of commerce fills the air. At the heart of this metropolis stands the Four Seasons Hotel, a symbol of opulence and discretion. In the early hours, Xiao Jianhua, a Chinese-Canadian billionaire known for his vast financial empire and close ties to China's political elite, enters his luxury suite on the 28th floor. Surrounded by an entourage of female bodyguards, Xiao is a figure of intrigue and power. But as dawn breaks, a mystery unfolds. Xiao is nowhere to be found. No records of departure, no witnesses to his exit. It's as if he vanished into thin air. This is not just the story of a missing billionaire. It's a tale that delves deep into the murky waters of power, finance, and politics in modern China. The rise of a prodigy. Born in 1972 in Faicheng, Shandong province, Xiao's brilliance was evident early on. At just 14, he secured a spot at the prestigious Peking University, a rare feat that set the stage for his meteoric ascent. During the tumultuous Tiananmen Square protests of 1989, while many students rallied for change, Xiao chose a different path, aligning himself with the government. This decision would later grant him favor among China's ruling class. Post-graduation, Xiao ventured into the business world. Starting with computer sales, he quickly expanded, laying the foundation for what would become the Tomorrow Group, a sprawling conglomerate with interests spanning banking, insurance, real estate, and more. A web of power and influence. By the mid-2000s, Xiao had cultivated relationships with some of China's most influential political families. He was more than a businessman. He was a trusted confidant, managing assets for the nation's elite. His investments were vast and varied. Notably, Xiao acquired significant stakes in major financial institutions, including Ping An Insurance, Harbin Bank, and Huaxia Bank. Through intricate networks of shell companies and proxies, he maintained control, often operating from the shadows. But such power and influence come with scrutiny. As President Xi Jinping launched an aggressive anti-corruption campaign, targeting high-profile figures in business and politics, Xiao's close ties to the upper echelons made him a person of interest. Back to that fateful January night in 2017. Reports suggest that in the early hours, Xiao was escorted from his suite at the Four Seasons by unidentified individuals. Some accounts claim he was taken in a wheelchair, his head covered, flanked by men who bypassed hotel security with ease. The implications were staggering. Hong Kong, operating under the one country, two systems principle, was supposed to have autonomy from mainland China's legal and security apparatus. Yet, here was a blatant operation conducted on its soil, raising alarming questions about Beijing's reach and the city's sovereignty. In the immediate aftermath, Tomorrow Group released a statement claiming Xiao was receiving medical treatment overseas. Few believed it. The lack of transparency fueled rampant speculation. Was this a kidnapping orchestrated by political rivals, a state-sanctioned detention, or perhaps a self-imposed disappearance to avoid impending charges? July 2022 brought a semblance of clarity. Chinese authorities announced that Xiao was standing trial in Shanghai. The charges were severe: illegally absorbing public deposits, betraying the use of entrusted property, illegal use of funds, and bribery. The trial was shrouded in secrecy, with even Canadian consular officials denied access. A month later, the verdict was delivered. Xiao was sentenced to 13 years in prison, and Tomorrow Group was fined a record 55 billion yen, approximately $8.1 billion. The court accused Xiao and his conglomerate of severely violating financial regulations and endangering China's financial security. The dismantling of Xiao's empire sent shockwaves through China's financial sector. Regulators seized assets linked to Tomorrow Group, and state-owned enterprises absorbed many of these holdings. The message was clear: no individual, regardless of their connections or wealth, is above the state's authority. Xiao Jianhua's financial web was never about wealth alone. It was about influence, the ability to funnel capital across borders, to shield assets in offshore trusts, to fund rivals or protect allies. In 2024, leaked documents surfaced. They linked Xiao's holdings to companies believed to be connected with Jack Ma, another high-profile tycoon who had fallen from grace after challenging Beijing's regulators. Two billionaires, both vanished from public view, both with powerful connections, both reminders that in today's China, visibility is vulnerability. Xiao's current condition, unknown. His location, unconfirmed. Interviews, non-existent. There are whispers that he struck a deal, that his cooperation spared him a harsher fate, that he handed over secrets too sensitive to make public, built an empire, not just of companies, but of relationships. For years he played the game. He helped the powerful stay powerful, and then he was no longer useful, or maybe he became too dangerous. His vanishing wasn't just about one man. It was a message to the tycoons, to the officials, to Hong Kong, to the world. No one is untouchable. In the end, Xiao Jianhua didn't break a law. He broke an unwritten rule: never become more powerful than the system that created you. And so he disappeared. Somewhere behind walls no one can see, Xiao sits in silence. We don't know if he watches the markets, if he reads the news, or if he dreams of room 2806 at the Four Seasons. But we do know this: he's still a ghost, not because he vanished, but because the system that vanished him was designed to leave no trace. And in the growing shadow between wealth and the state, his story isn't an exception, it's a warning.